Hello my friends, Asoka the Geek here, and for this review we're going to take a look at one of the latest waves of superpowers figures from McFarlane Toys. So huge thanks to the fine folks at McFarlane Toys for sending me these for reviews. So this technically isn't the latest wave. I think the latest wave has Kilowog in it, and I've seen it I've seen it on social media. I think it's starting to hit a little bit. So I guess this is like maybe the way before that. Apologies for the lateness of the review, but here they are. So who are we going to take a look at today? So first, we have Superman, and this is the Justice Lord's Superman, I believe. Does it say? Yes, Justice Lord Superman. There he is. So this is, of course, from the classic Justice League animated series. So that is really cool that we have a Justice Lord's Superman. Love the card artwork here. I am an out-of-the-box collector, but this is definitely the line that I would definitely keep in the packaging. I've been tempted to just because I love the card artwork on these. But there's Justice Lord Superman. Next, we have a variant of Batman, and this is a very Kenner-esque Batman. This is totally a Kenner Dark Knight Collection tribute-looking Batman in gold. Love that figure. Look at that. Again, the card artwork looks very nice. And there's the figure itself. Next, we have a gold Flash. I don't really know why he's gold. You know, I didn't really collect the original Superpowers line. I played with them as a kid. They did not survive childhood. So yeah, I don't really know if this has any relevance, but it's a gold Flash. Who doesn't want a gold trophy looking Flash figure? So there he is. Again, love that classic looking artwork. Next up, we have Sinestro. Classic, old school Sinestro with his yellow lantern there. I don't think the old school Sinestro had a yellow lantern, or did he? I don't know. You let me know in the comments. But he must have had a yellow lantern because he had the yellow ring. So he must have had a yellow lantern. So what am I saying? So yeah, that's probably accurate. But anyways, there is Sinestro. There is the back of the card there. I love this little art, this little area that shows all the figures. That is just so cool. I just dig that. There's the vehicles for this current wave, and there we are. So there's Sinestro. Next up, we have Sinestro's arch nemesis, Hal Jordan, and wow, look at that, man. That looks like the classic Superpowers Hal Jordan. I mean, the 80s one, the original. To me, I used to have that one. I remember holding it in my tiny little, like, 5-year-old hands, and yeah, I think this is a really beautiful replica of that. I wish I had the original to compare it to. And there's beautiful Hal Jordan artwork there. So it looks good. Classic logo on the back. Oh man, that is just a beautiful figure. That's like perfect in my eyes. But anyways, then finally we have the Batman of, I can never say this right, Zur-En-Arrh, the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. There he is in all his funky goodness. This uses the original Batman mold from this new launch of Superpowers, not the more recent one, which I do prefer, but I think it works for this figure. Makes it look a little bit different. I love how the colors really pop on this guy. So there you go. And I love that card artwork there. So really nicely done. All right, without further ado, let's get all of these guys out of the packaging and take a closer look. All right, my friends, so here are all the figures outside of the packaging. So if you're new to the Superpowers collecting world, the Superpowers line, popular 80s toy line of the 80s, featuring DC comic book characters, basically 5 points of articulation, and this McFarlane line is a remake of that old Kenner line. So these are deliberately old school looking figures, not much articulation, and they have a style, they have a vibe to them, which I love. As I mentioned at the beginning of this review, I used to have these as a kid. None of them survived childhood. I was very rough with my Superpowers figures, unfortunately. I went through a few Supermans at least, and none of them survived, sadly. Actually, no, I take that back. I think I have a Lex Luthor, but no, I bought him a few years ago. He didn't survive childhood. But anyways, I love this line. It's such a cool, nostalgic throwback line, and I love when they do newer characters in this style, like, you know, Justice Lord Superman, even the Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. That's just a figure they didn't do in the old line that they did now doing in the new line. I don't know if they ever did Sinestro in the original line. I'm sure someone can tell me in the comments, but I love this line. Of course, seeing a lot of repaints here, like the Flash and Batman and Superman, and we got basically 2 new figures. But if you look at the new stuff they have coming out, like the Brainiac ship, the Ted Kord's Beetle ship, for the sake of Pete, that is just so cool. So yeah, I hope this line continues. Hope we get more vehicles and more, newer characters in the style. So anyways, I am a fan. Now let's take a look at each figure individually. So first we have the gold Flash there. Again, this is just a lovely trophy looking Flash. And this is the Wally West Flash. I can tell by the belt there. So that is cool. And yeah, just a cool looking gold Flash. Again, not familiar with why this is gold, other than maybe to create like a statue or something like that. But someone in the comments will tell me. But there he is. Again, very minimal articulation. Just a few points of articulation there. And yeah, maybe more than 5 points, because you have the arms, the head moves. So yeah, more than 5 points of articulation, but still very minimal articulation. But it works. It works for this line, but it is a throwback line. And in that regard, through that lens, I think this looks great. All right, I'll try to keep them all standing. Next, we have Justice Lord Superman. And next to Hal Jordan, I think this might be my favorite one of this wave. I just really like the way the design of Justice Lord Superman has been translated to this. I would love to see a Batman Beyond Future Justice League Superman in this style as well. I feel like that's some really easy low-hanging fruit. Like, you don't even have to do much to this figure. You just kind of repaint it, and you could totally do that Kingdom Come-esque Batman Beyond Superman. So that would be dope. But there he is, like the white cape. The cape looks good on this, and yeah, I think he looks nice. Like of course, the head sculpt has been done for, but I like the gray around him. I think the paint looks nice, and yeah, there is Justice Lord Superman. Get him stand up there. Next, we have Sinestro, and this is such a cool figure. Look at that. Look at the yellow lantern. He's got the ring. There you go. Head sculpt looks good. Looks like Sinestro. The costume looks nice. Very classic looking suit. You can do some little fun poses with this, but man, just love the toyetic nature of this line. Just so old school. Just a little action figure. But yeah, I think he looks great. There is Sinestro. A little bit more look at the lantern there. There he is. All right. Next, we have the gold Batman. This is definitely a throwback to the Kenner Dark Knight Collection Batman. It's using the newer Batman body, which I think looks great. There's the head movement there. And yeah, I think it looks nice. If you're into the Dark Knight Collection line, I think you will appreciate this figure. Or if you're just into having a bunch of Batman figures in different colors, I think you will appreciate this figure as well. So there you go. There is the line. I know there's not too much to talk about with these. With limited articulation, all using pretty much the same bodies, there's not too much to talk about. So let me know if there's anything else you want me to look at or discuss, but I know I'm going through this pretty quickly. And there is Hal Jordan. Again, I did have this as a kid. I remember, I think he squeezed his legs and his arm would move. I wish it had that action, but it's okay. But I think this is just a really cool rendition of that, a remake of that figure. It reminds me a great deal of the original from what I can recollect. I'm sure there's some reviews on YouTube, of course, comparing him to the original. I wish I had the original to compare him to, but I dig this. This is a classic Hal Jordan, of that era figure. So that is awesome. We'd love to have the whole Green Lantern Corps in this style. Of course, Guy Gardner, Kyle, and John Stewart. Have they already done a John Stewart? Yeah, they have. Yeah. There's a John Stewart. So we just need Guy and Kyle and Jessica and the rest of them. And finally, Batman of Zur-En-Arrh. Again, just a fun figure. I mean, I think the older Batman body, the original one, works with this figure because it's kind of a different version of Batman. You can see like the evolution of from this one to the newer body there. And yeah, I love the colors. It just really pops. Just a fun, goofy looking Silver Age Batman. I know he's appeared now in modern times, but yeah, he's just a fun Batman figure. All right, guys, so there you go. So yeah, not too much more to talk about there. I don't have my superpowers figure, other ones handy to do a comparison with those. I'll do a YouTube reel or something with a comparison there, but you can see them next to each other at least. Very curious, what do you guys think about these figures? Are you guys still collecting superpowers? Where do you what's your opinion on these figures? I think this wave's great. Of course, some repaints and reissues, but the Hal, Sinestro, and Superman, the Justice League Superman are the ones I like the most out of this wave. And yeah, so excited for the Beetle ship, the Brainiac ship that's coming out, the Kilowog action figure. We got some really great figures coming up with superpower. So yeah, I'm excited about these figures. I'm excited about the future of superpowers in McFarlane. I don't think McFarlane Toys gets enough credit for the different sublines of DC that they had. They had the main line, 7-inch line. We got superpowers. We had the Batman 66 line. Even the little page puncher guys was cool. I love getting these little subset of figure lines from McFarlane. I hope we get some more unique lines like this, and I hope this one continues. But anyways, there you go. There's a look at one of the more recent waves of superpowers figures. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching.